Now, flag wars have erupted across London after councils have ordered the ripping down of Union flags and England flags.
But activists are fighting back across the UK, launching Operation Raise the Colours by putting up British flags in defiance of the bans.
Well, later on in the show, we'll be joined by someone from the grassroots campaign Flag Force UK, which promotes the public display of flags to show that you are proud of where you live.
Now, the fallout began last week when Birmingham City Council ordered the removal of hundreds of Union Jack flags from its streets for safety reasons. So, should we be proud to raise our flag? What do you think, Charlie?
Absolutely. I think this is long overdue. I mean, you were saying just before the news headlines that this happens in France, happens in the US. Everywhere in the Middle East, people are proudly waving their flags. Indeed, we're seeing Middle Eastern flags often being proudly waved in Britain. But for some reason, there has been a surging concern about the arrival of our national flag in Tower Hamlets in Birmingham. And now it seems also in York, where reportedly some flags have been taken down with the council. They're using the so-called cherry picker. You know what I mean? That machine that lifts you up.
I've always wanted to go in one of those.
I'd love to.
They look very exciting. But just to put the opposite point of view for a moment, do you not think, though, that potentially just fly posting flags anywhere on street furniture, like street lamps, things like that, could actually look messy? You know, perhaps it needs to be a little bit regulated, a little bit more organised.
Well,
I'm not saying no to flags, I'm just saying should they be everywhere? Right,
well, I think when we have moments of national celebration, sort of the street bunting, when flags go everywhere.
Looks amazing.
It does, and it's a sort of beautiful national chaos. It's a patriotic chaos. Flags all over the shop, and I think it really works. And in the slightly more organised areas, say around Piccadilly Circus, when that happens once a year or so, when it actually reflects Britain rather than being some political flag or whatever, it really works. That also is a great thing. So you can have both, I think.
But we're in the process of moving house, and my husband has actually been researching flagpoles. They're quite expensive, annoyingly, but it'd be quite fun.
I love driving past the house.
Raise the Union Jack in the morning.
Raise the colours.
Sing the national anthem.
It's a good business.
Now, a new grassroots campaign called Flag Force UK, which promotes the public display of flags to show that you are proud of where you live, has started off. And we are proud to be joined in the studio by the founder of Flag Force UK, Joseph Moulton. Joseph, thank you very much for joining us. Tell us the story behind this new movement.
Yeah, so I mean, it was really kind of accidentally, it's kind of blown up the way it has. A few weeks ago, a few friends of ours were kind of looking, seeing what's kind of going on in Birmingham and elsewhere, and we thought, you know, displaying the flags of our local area. So we had the England flags and the Yorkshire flags, and we thought kind of spruce up the area a little bit. We just did one street, didn't think any more of it, until around kind of 10 days ago we saw on the local Facebook group that everybody loved it and people were asking for more. So we kind of said, well, we've got to be a bit of a mandate here, and it was kind of really bringing the community together in a way that we don't really see in York. It's fairly quiet in that sense. So we began putting more up. We had a lot of people reach out to us to get involved, and since then, alongside that, we've been doing litter picking, collections for the food bank, and really trying to turn it into a kind of grassroots community organisation that's taking a bit more responsibility in the local area, you know, picking up from the failures of the council and also the national government.
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. This video's sponsor is Private Internet Access. They are the VPN to help keep you safe. Click the link in the description below to find out why over 30 million people have downloaded PIA to protect themselves online. A virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and helps keep your data private. When you're browsing the internet at home, you give up a large amount of data to businesses, to shops, and indeed to social media giants too. Hackers have the ability to steal your personal data with ease, including sensitive information such as passwords, keystrokes, and even your personal photos. Private Internet Access helps protect your personal data by encrypting your internet connection to keep your data out of the hands of cyber criminals. And it's not just hackers either to be concerned about. Information can be censored too. When Canada passed their C-18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news and content you love. Private Internet Access is available for Windows users, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GBNews discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GBNews to start protecting yourself digitally today.
Joseph, I mean, you've seen a remarkable response to your campaign. You've had donations coming in, you've raised thousands of pounds, people getting in touch saying they want to help out, also to help you buy more flags. Putting up so many, you've got to keep refilling your flag coffers, as it were. What's the sort of reaction you get when you're out and about putting these flags up on lampposts?
I mean, it's immense. We've had people from every single branch of the services. We've had police officers, paramedics, ambulance staff, council workers, trade people, just people passing by in the car, blasting the horns. We've had old ladies come out and give us like £20 notes saying buy more flags. So, it's really doing that and kind of seeing the public response. We're doing it in broad daylight, unlike perhaps some other organisations who are a little bit more worried about their face, etc. So it's really kind of emboldened everybody in our local community too, who is kind of more confident to come out with us now and just kind of get involved.
We're showing some pictures now of flags you've been putting up with your team in York. You've described the great response you've had in the local area. Have you had any negative reaction?
Yeah, we've had a few, but not many of substance. I'd say we've had 3 encounters out of probably hundreds who've actually been bad, so it's overwhelmingly positive. And it was kind of just along the lines of, I don't like them. And essentially, we can't please everybody. You've kind of got to take it in the stride and be Christ-like with people and just really, don't get angry even if they oppose you. And ultimately, we're trying to do something good for the local area. I implore the people who perhaps might be sceptical to actually get involved. Join us with the litter picking, join us with the collections. And as we expand things to kind of have more responsibility over our local area, to really kind of get stuck in instead of kind of heckling from the sidelines.
It seems you're rebuilding what used to be called civil society. And you said earlier on that we're responding to failures of the state, but actually it didn't used to be the case that people did expect the state to fill in the gap between the individual and family and, national government. And actually, you're restoring something that has been lost. How many young people are involved with what you're doing?
I say it's a good 50-60% of young people. The rest of them, we have some really talented tradespeople who really kind of helped us get it off the ground. Roofers who've been up on ladders all the time. It's second nature to them. But there's a huge youth involvement, and also with the socials and everything. We've got so many social accounts now, we can't manage them all. And also people are working full-time jobs. So it's been great. But as far as kind of picking up on the fact that, we did used to have these institutions. I know in the old mining villages, they didn't even have a police officer. They just kind of police themselves. And as we've given this authority to the state, and we've kind of got this kind of nanny statism, but ultimately the social contract's been broken. We're not seeing what we expect. 69% of Brits feel like they're completely disenfranchised and aren't being represented. So it's kind of a way to claim back the power from that.
And you'd imagine that sense of disenfranchisement is worse in, say, Tower Hamlets and in Birmingham, the 2 councils that have taken down these flags being put up. Now, last night and this morning, you're putting up some flags in York. They've been taken down overnight. We still don't know who's behind it. The York City Council have told us they're looking into that. It's in an events area, so it's uncertain. Are you concerned that the civic pride that you're bringing back, putting up these flags, could be opposed by local authorities?
Well, if it is, it'll only galvanise people. I feel like people always want a cause, and, the establishment isn't appealing to people. You say get involved with the council, but, and the council's there if you've got feedback, but you never see them knocking on doors. You don't see them in your local places, rather because they're not welcome, and also they're just completely out of touch with what's going on. So I think all that will happen is just drive more people to the cause, and it's going to completely backfire on them.
So how can people get involved?
Well, we have links on our Twitter account, which you can go to and just kind of send us a message. But really, you don't need us to kind of tell you what to do. I really kind of want to encourage people to be proactive. We started off with 3 guys and some flags and step ladders, and now, it's kind of grown into this, national scale thing. So we get a lot of people messaging us like we're Amazon Prime saying, can you do down my road? Can you do down here? We're more than happy to distribute flags. We have so many flags now. We have around £10,000 in donations. So we're happy if you do have a group, we're happy to go get in touch. We'll send you some and you can get going. So I'd really just say just get started, get stuck in. But don't just do the flagging. Let it be a gateway to actually building the communities in your local area, doing the litter picking, helping with the food banks, look after the vulnerable people, because those are people who are really disenfranchised. I mean, we've even got, 1 in 4 children in the UK are now in absolute poverty. So there's a huge amount of slack that needs to be picked up.
I think probably relative poverty rather than...
No, it's absolute. I think
less than $1
it's
a day.
between 19 and 25% is considered absolute poverty in the UK. I'll find the statistic for you. I believe it came from the House of Lords Library.
Right, we'll have a look at that later. But either way, what you're doing is bringing a lot of pride into the country. Are you seeing people from all backgrounds getting involved in this as well?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I mean, we've had a lot of kind of ladies want to get involved recently who just want to do the litter picking. Obviously, don't want to get involved, kind of climbing up ladders and stuff. But yeah.
Brilliant.
Great.
Joseph Moulton, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Flag
Really
Force
encouraging.
UK.